So how is it going, guys, and welcome back to another Fallout 4 video. And today I'm going to be talking to you guys about Nuka World. There was actually a bunch of information that was released on Reddit yesterday thanks to the data mining efforts of a Reddit user known as ShadowShade3. And as with a lot of Bethesda updates, in fact with the latest update, you'll notice on the patch notes they always state, you know, they've added support for upcoming future add-ons. And with Nuka World being the only last add-on, with the latest update they added in support for Nuka World, and with that they was actually able to find a bunch of stuff correlating to that, such as a bunch of map markers for unique Nuka World locations, settlement map markers, what seems to be as well some of the factions that are going to be available within Nuka World, and nothing really too major, but it is some information to sort of go by here and talk about because it sounds like very interesting stuff. So let's start off with some of the unique Nuka World locations here. He states on the Reddit post, included are the map markers for unique Nuka World locations. The first one we have here is the Wild West. Next up we have the Safari, being the tree there, as you guys can see. Next up we have the Rides marker, and I'm very curious to know whether or not we can actually go on some of these rides. That would be really fun if we are able to actually use some of these. Next up we have the POI marker, then we have the pack marker, the operators marker, the monorail marker. Now this is very interesting. Seemingly we are going to be able to use a monorail to navigate through Nuka World, which will be very interesting. Then we have the Kiddie Kingdom, then we have the hub, which of course is the Nuka Mountain, and then we have the Galactic, and then the Disciples marker, and finally the bottling plant. All of these also include undiscovered variants, but they're just unfilled versions of the same icons you just saw, so nothing really too exciting to look at. But just from these alone, and again there's a bunch more to check out here, this seems really cool. I mean, it gives us a little bit more of an insight to what's going on within Nuka World, I guess. Not too much information, but just a little bit to go off here, and some of those seem really interesting and exciting. Nevertheless, moving on to the next piece of information, and it states on the Reddit post here, we have 3 new settlement map markers. These are the Vassal settlement marker, the Raider settlement marker, and the Potential Vassal settlement marker. All 3 of these also have the undiscovered marker variants. Of course, again, they are just pretty much unfilled versions. And those are 3 interesting settlement locations. What I'm really interested in is the Vassal settlement marker and the Potential Vassal settlement marker. I'm really wondering what that sort of entails there in terms of that situation. And that leads us into some stuff in regards to potential Nuka World factions and Raider keywords. It also states here on the Reddit post, we also have some new Raider keywords, with flags as the first one, and disciples, the pack, and operators all having their own Raider categories. This most likely means that those 3 names, being the pack, operators, and disciples, are more than likely going to be the Nuka World factions. The final 2 new Raider keywords are dealers and resources. So again, some very interesting stuff here. The guy who actually data mined this stuff and actually managed to grab this from the files does believe that the disciples, the pack, and the operators are in fact going to be the Nuka World factions, down to the Raider keywords that was actually found there. And of course, to also potentially back this up, you have the map markers I showed you guys at the very beginning, being the pack marker, the operators marker, and of course as well the disciples marker there. So some very interesting stuff in terms of that. And moving on to some of the final pieces of information here, these are the workshop keywords. So all of this stuff is in regards to workshop related items. It states we've got some new ones in the form of all of these for Nuka World specific workshop crafting, separated into what looks like Nuka World's different areas. Now the Nuka World keyword in there is most likely just a category holder that opens up into different subcategories, with the bottling plant, Galactic Zone, Kiddie Kingdom, and Safari Adventure being accounted for with map icons. Dry Rock Gulch is almost certainly Wild West, with Nuka Cade and Nuka Town USA probably being either hub map marker or the POI map marker. So again, some extra stuff there in regards to workshop. There's basically going to be, according to the information that he has gathered, a brand new Nuka World category, which then splits into a bunch of subcategories in regards to the different zones within Nuka World. And that's pretty much all the information that was actually given on the Reddit post. Again, it's not really too much, but it is something to go off, and I thought it was definitely very interesting and worth sharing with you guys today. As always, feel free to check out the official Reddit post down in the description down below. Of course, full credit going out there to Shadow Shade 3. Let me know your thoughts on all of this down in the comment section down below. I am getting hyped for Nuka World now. I mean, it shouldn't really be too far away. The leaked release date for Nuka World was the 30th a while back. I don't know whether or not that's going to be the case. It is something that we will have to wait and see. But as always, hope you did enjoy. Be sure to leave a like down below, guys. Your support, of course, is always greatly appreciated on the channel. Subscribe if you guys are new around, and I'll catch you guys next time with a brand new video. Peace out.